Assalamualaikum everybody, my name
Hello
is Aiman.
everyone, and I'm Adam. Thank you for joining us today and welcome to Global Ihsan very own special Rabiul Awal live stream, Month of Mercy. So, as we commemorate the blessed month of Rabiul Awal, we are focusing on what's at the heart of Global Ihsan Relief, which is our orphans.
Yes, definitely. And before we move on to our first segment, we just like to say that all proceeds from this talk show will be proceeded to orphans and also the single mothers globally. Adam.
Wow,
Globally.
that's everywhere in
It's
this
not only in
world.
Singapore, but it's globally.
MashaAllah.
All right, and you guys can donate from little as just $10. Okay, and if you want to donate, you can donate via the QR code that should be appearing. I think it's here. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, QR code that should appear on the screen right now. All right, and if you want to contribute, please, we advise you guys to contribute as much because you can make the world of difference.
Yes, that's true. That's true. So moving on, our first guest of today is someone extremely important. The one and only our CEO, Mr. Bashir Ahmad.
Hello, Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam. He's also the founder of Global Ihsan Relief, and today we have the honor of listening to him sharing with us just why Global Ihsan Relief takes such pride in caring for orphans all over the globe. So, Mr. Bashir, take it away.
Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Thank you, Aiman and Adam, for having me on this show today. All right. What's the reason why we take up orphans, right? The reason why we set up Global Ihsan Relief. Well, before 2015, when we set up Global Ihsan Relief, I was on my travels quite a few times. On my travels, visiting many countries: India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, and Indonesia. So during my travels, I saw the mainstay of the problematic issues in all this country is orphans.
Right.
There were orphans lying in the streets, orphans sleeping in the streets, orphans out in the streets, no one to take care of them. So as you know, as you have mentioned before, the figures now has changed. It's no more 150 million of us. It's almost 220 million.
Wow.
Right. And every day, between 150 that 150 million is the figures from many years ago. Okay. Updated figures is about 220 million. If you gather all this orphans in one country, it will be the 5th largest country in the world.
Oh, wow.
So it's an epidemic, right? If you have more than 1 million people who have a disease, it's called an epidemic, right? Now we have 200 million orphans who are uncared for. It's an epidemic. So every day, and on top of that, every day 5,800 orphans are added to the list, right? So the figures are quite staggering. So that sort of what can I do? What can we do, right? We cannot help millions of orphans, but we can do something, right? So, and we are driven in GR, we are driven by the prophetic saying. Our prophet, our beloved prophet, especially in this beautiful month of Rabiul Awal, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam has mentioned in his hadith, those who take care of an orphan will be like this with me in Jannah, in paradise, like this. It's like a guarantee from the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, right? We don't know whether our prayers will be accepted. We don't know whether our good deeds will be accepted. But if we take care of an orphan, we'll be like this in Jannah with the Prophet, right? And another reason is because the word yatim or orphan is mentioned 22 times in the Quran. Why did Allah SWT mention the word yatim for 22 times? Is to emphasize the importance of taking care of orphans. That orphan responsibility is not an organization's responsibility or the government's responsibility. It's my responsibility. It's our responsibility. Ours. Exactly. They are my children. They're your children, right? Just imagine what would happen if your child suddenly, you're not around and they are left alone. Can you imagine what happened to the children? Right? Without any support, without no one to turn to, without no one to lean on to. Right? These are happening to these children, these 200 million all over the world. That's the reason. That's the main reason why it spurred me and my team members to make orphan care the main objective, main goal of Global Ihsan Relief.
Inshallah.
Right. So thank you so much for that, Mr. Bashir. So Aiman, do you have any questions?
Okay. Alhamdulillah, you mentioned that you have actually met orphans worldwide, and everything. But what was your experience like meeting these orphans, like for the first time and seeing them for the first time? What was your experience?
Yeah. So through all my travels, basically these orphans are most of these orphans, many orphans are still on the streets, right? Especially in Pakistan, Bangladesh, India, they're still on the streets. In many parts of the world, in the Middle East and in Indonesia, they still have their remaining parent, the mother. The mother is still around. They're still staying with the mothers, or they're still staying with the grandparents, right? And in many of these places that we have visited, they are living below the poverty line. They're struggling to make ends meet, right? They cannot afford even to feed themselves. They live in very poor conditions, right? So because of this, because of their dire circumstances, the conditions they're living, many of these children are deprived of an education, right? Are deprived of an education. They don't have the opportunity. Reason because they don't have enough resources to send the child to go to school. It's a burden for them. It's a burden on their resources, financial resources. So many of these orphans lose the opportunity, the best time for them to get education. Right? Our children normally in Singapore, Indonesia, alhamdulillah, they go to school, they get basic education. But these orphan children, they have nothing. Not many don't have home. But the main reason is because they are deprived of an education. So what we do in GR is that we tackle this epidemic, right? How do we tackle this epidemic? Right? If there's an epidemic, health epidemic like COVID, for instance, right? What happens is that you need years of research to find the cure.
Exactly.
Right? You need years of research and medical expertise to find a cure. But right now, the orphan epidemic right now happening in the world right now, we already have a cure,
Exactly.
and that cure is sponsorship.
Yeah,
exactly.
Sponsorship. Sponsorship is the cure. We already have the cure. So with sponsorship, a lot of magic. We can do a lot of amazing things, right? We've seen them with the sponsorship. Alhamdulillah, it relieves the financial burden of the family, right? So now they can afford to send the child to school. So once the child gets an education, a lot of amazing things happen. A lot of transformation happens. So when they get an education, I've seen it with our own eyes when we went to, for example, we went to Ibn Sina, we went to a few other places where they often get an education. It transforms their lives. Once with that knowledge and education, they become empowered. Their self-esteem raised by 100 times more. They become confident.
Exactly.
Right? They become good people. They become people who can contribute back to the society, right? So once education level rises, poverty levels will decrease. It's automatic. Education. So the aim is to get the children in school, relieve the family of the financial burden, and then send the children to school. They get education, it transforms their lives, right? So through sponsorship, you're not only helping the orphans, you're also helping the family. Like in many cases that we've seen, the orphan sponsorship that we give to the family, it also alleviates poverty for the family. It also relieves the burden of the mother, right? Previously, what we saw was that in Indonesia, for example, in Indonesia, we went to see the mother was struggling to make ends meet, and she had to do some extra work, some extra business, selling goodies or going to the fields to harvest the crops, even in the middle of the night, because in rural countries they have big families, so it's not sometimes we are only able to support one orphan, but they have 5 children, 7 children, so the mother still need to go to work, still need to do some business, or still need to go to the fields to do some crops. So with this sponsorship, alhamdulillah, so it relieves the burden, so they don't have to spend too much time finding money outside, going to the fields. So which means sponsorship helps the orphan. It also relieves the burden of the family, and the mother or the remaining parent or guardians will have time for the orphans. Will give some time and attention to the orphans.
Exactly.
That's what's happened with just sponsorship. So the amazing thing with sponsorship, Adam and Aiman, is that you are able to solve an epidemic, right? Right from your home. You don't have to step out of your home.
Yep.
You just sponsor, right? For example, in Global Sun, it's a sponsorship now is $80 a month, right? So you can sponsor your own self, or you can combine with your whole family or your whole office colleague. You don't have to step out there, but you're helping a person in another side of the world, mashallah. So you're helping, often you're helping your family, you're reducing poverty, you are empowering them with education. So, and then best thing is that through your sponsorship, you can track where the money goes to. Right.
And their
So
progress.
yes, the progress. So our orphan sponsorship, we will provide the sponsors with a yearly reports and updates, so you can see the progress, how the orphan is performed in school, how the orphan have how much Quran have they memorized, right? So and then, mashallah, you can interact with them. The beautiful thing is that you can interact with them. You can write a note to them. They can write a note to you. You can even visit them if the situation permits in Aceh, in Cambodia. You can visit them and see and interact with them. It's like taking care of your own child, right? Your own child.
Yeah.
So you can see the progress. You can take care of them from the beginning, from the child right up to secondary school. That's the beauty of the
And
sponsorship.
of course, after all those wonderful things you said, of course, taking care of an orphan, the Prophet already guarantees you a spot in heaven.
Yes,
The
alhamdulillah.
Prophet, and besides all of those things that you just said, the Prophet also guarantees you a spot
Yeah,
in heaven.
alhamdulillah.
So it's a very amazing, it's an amazing thing to do,
Yeah.
you know, to sponsor an orphan. You know, you are taking an orphan, you get all those wonderful things, a progress report, you get to know your orphan, you get to see how their education is.
Exactly.
And also, not to forget, we are guaranteed a spot in heaven, as said as the Prophet SAW.
And it's all from the comfort of
Your
your
home.
own home,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, you
So
can just scan the QR code, that's all.
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
The QR code. So yes, that's one of the main reason, right? Why we
Yes.
are so focused on
Orphans, yes,
right,
correct.
in Global Ihsan Relief.
Mhm.
So Mr. Bashir, I have another question. Maybe
Sure.
the audience will be very, very interested to know, right? Because they will, of course, ask what is the difference between us and other NGOs? You know, every other NGOs also do orphan sponsorship, but I
Okay.
believe we have an extra HIF sponsorship also. If
Yes,
you would like to
correct.
explain.
Yes, alhamdulillah, here in Global Ihsan Relief, we initially we started with a orphan sponsorship. Orphan sponsorship, the $80 that you're giving, it provides an education support, meals, shelter, and so on. And also, we have also an additional special HIFs orphan sponsorship.
Oh, wow.
So you get two in one. You get the rewards of sponsoring orphan, and you get the rewards of making the orphan a hafiz of the Quran.
Mashallah.
Mashallah. So it's a 5 to 6 year program where the orphan still goes to school, get an education. At the same time, they also will memorize the Quran. So inshallah, within 5 to 6 years, they will be a hafiz of the Quran.
Inshallah.
So, for example, mashallah, in our orphan sponsorship cases in Ibn Sina, we have our own school in Aceh. So the children there, those who have got our sponsorship, they are, mashallah, among the best students
Oh.
because they're motivated.
Yeah.
You see, they know that someone on another side of the world is, they care for them. So they feel motivated, they feel empowered, and motivated. So they make an extra effort to do well in the studies, and they recite beautiful recitation of the Quran. If you see them, mashallah. So you get the progress report for the Hifz often, and also you get a video clip at the end of the year.
Oh,
wow.
A short video clip of the orphans reciting the Quran. MashaAllah, beautiful, right? So apart from that, we also have Umrah for orphans.
Share
Beautiful.
with us
I think
more
we're the
about
only one who's doing Umrah for orphans right at this moment. So what we do is that this Umrah for orphan, we select, we select a group of orphans from Palestine,
Yep.
right? Palestine, Jordan, or from Jerusalem, and we sponsor them to go for a once in a lifetime, life-changing trip to do Umrah. Which Adam will go inshallah next year,
Inshallah,
right?
yes, please.
Right. So this Umrah for orphan is something excellent.
Yeah.
Right. Just remember, these are refugees. They're Palestinian refugees in Jordan or in Jerusalem. They will never have a chance to leave the country because they're refugees. They don't even have a passport, right? They don't even have a status in the countries. So by sponsoring an orphan to go for Umrah, mashallah, you will equip them with the opportunity to learn the seerah, opportunity to see the blessed lands, opportunity to see the world. That, mashallah, the world is not inside just the refugee camp, but there's a whole world waiting for them outside. So when they embark on this journey, beautiful journey, I think Ivan also went there before with the journey. We can see the transform, the changes,
Yes.
right? Mashallah. Our program, especially in a way, is that they go for Umrah. They make two Umrahs.
Yes.
One Umrah for themselves, and one more Umrah they do for their deceased father.
Father.
MashaAllah, beautiful.
Wow.
So they make dua for their father, they make dua for the person, and they make dua for you, the sponsor, right? It costs only $1,200, mashallah. So and then it's a fully paid trip, so they get to enjoy it includes the stay, the travel, and everything. The unique thing is that they go by bus.
Yes.
They go by bus. Interestingly, they don't go by flight, so we try to reduce the cost. They go there by bus on a journey, then through the borders, and they get to see the blessed land. They get to see the Prophet's Masjid in Medina. They get to visit all the historical places like Kuba, Uhud, and so forth. And then they will go to finally they go to Mecca to do their umrah.
Yep.
Their first umrah. And then, mashallah, you can see when we went there, you can see the tears in their eyes when they saw the Kaaba for the first time. I hope, Adam, you also have tears in your eyes. Okay? They see the Kaaba for the first time, right? Something which they've only seen in pictures, in videos, in TV. So they get to see live, mashallah. You can see the tears in their eyes, the happiness, the joy in their faces, right? So and the beautiful part is that they make dua for themselves, and they make dua for you, for you people and ourselves. Because people have sponsored them to go for a lifetime. Because, like I said, they will never get a chance. Some people will question why you need to sponsor an orphan, why you can't use this money to pay for the education. It's a life-changing trip, which they may not have a chance to do ever again. So this is a special thing we have: orphan sponsorship, Thieves orphan sponsorship, and Umrah for orphans. MashaAllah.
That is a very interesting sharing session by our sir, Mr. Bashir Ahmad. Right.
Of course, I just like to add a little bit because you're not only helping them. They are not only when you help them. They are not only helping you in the dunya, but also they'll be helping you in the akhirah.
Yes, mashallah. Yes, that's true.
Okay, because if let's say they turn out to, when they grow up, you help them and they turn out to be hafiz, or they turn out to be, salihins, or people of who have high grade in Islam.
Just imagine, Adam, it's possible to be a hafiz of the Quran. They become a hafiz of the Quran, or they memorize the Quran. So when they grow up and they become the imam, every letter which they say, every word, every letter of the Quran, all the reward will go to you, the sponsors.
That.
Yes. And if they grow up and they become teachers, and when they teach the Quran, they learn the Quran, they memorize the Quran, they read every letter, we get the reward. But just imagine if they grow up, they become teachers, and they teach other children to become the hafiz of the Quran. All the rewards will go to you, the sponsors. MashaAllah.
Okay.
All right. So those are very interesting insights to some of our projects here in Global Ihsan Relief. So, Mr. Bashir, before we part, do you have any parting words for our
Yes, mashallah.
audiences?
Right now, we have, under our care, Global Ihsan Relief under our care is about 1,200 orphans, but we aim by end of the year or before Ramadan, inshallah, we aim to hit at least 2,000 orphans, 2,000 sponsorship, right? It's still very little, it's still only a drop in the ocean, but you're making a significant change just by sponsoring from your home, sponsoring often $80 a month, right? You can gather this from your family. Also, to make sure that in the Quran it says that the blessed home is the one who is taking care of orphans.
Yes.
So our aim is to give an opportunity to all our audience to make sure that every home have one orphan sponsorship. MashaAllah. So the barakah will come, inshallah. Right, every home, we are targeting every single home in Singapore or in Malaysia, in Indonesia, so that every home will have. When on my trips to India and Pakistan, they have a very interesting culture there. Every home, they make sure that every Muslim home they have a Hafiz Quran, they have an alim, so they have an Hafiz, they have an Ustad. So our target here in GR, we want to make sure that every home have one offer to sponsor. Right, your ticket to Jannah, mashallah. So inshallah, please, I urge you. Ayman was saying, donate whatever you can. No, donate how big or how small, but donate now. Because, like I said, every 2-3 seconds, often dies of malnourishment. So you can help change the situation, be the change, be the miracle, right? Lend a helping hand, help to change the world. So sponsorship is the cure for the epidemic that's happening right now. So we need more sponsors like you to come forward and help us to help these children, mashallah. And hopefully in this blessed month of Rabi Awal, Allah SWT will open your hearts, open your pockets, inshallah, open your wallets, and donate, not for us, but for the orphans, inshallah. Jazakallah khair.
All right. So thank you so much, Mr. Bashir. I hope for the audiences who are watching, you are fully convinced by what Mr. Bashir has shared. So thank you so much again, sir, for the
welcome
session.
Mashallah.
So we'll be back after this short break. So stay with us and we'll see you in a bit.
welcome back.
Hello, welcome back
Welcome back.
everyone.
Okay. And Alhamdulillah, thank you for joining us back on our Month of Mercy live talk show.
Yes.
And just before the break, we had our CEO, Mr. Bashir, explaining to us about why orphans are so close to his heart,
Yep.
and also close to Global Islam Relief as well. So, Alhamdulillah, we have heard the stories and how we can alleviate their situation or make it better. You know, we've heard Mr. Bashir say about how we can make their situations better.
Exactly.
You know, how you can actually make your lives better by doing an orphan sponsorship. So you can donate as much as low as $10, but as what Mr. Bashir said, do it now, because every second that you delay, you know, the situations get worse and worse and
Another
worse.
orphan may die, you know?
Definitely. All right, Adam,
Yes, sir.
let's have a little bit of trivia.
Yeah, let's have a little bit of fun,
Yep.
yeah?
Okay.
So, for the next segment, we want to do a little bit of a questionnaire here,
Okay.
trivia, to see how good your general knowledge
Yeah,
is.
definitely.
So, are you ready, Aiman?
Let's go.
I am
Okay.
ready. So, the question is, how many orphans are there currently in the world right now?
Yeah, so
if
sorry.
you've been watching from the start, you will know the answer because Mr. Bashir himself has shared a lot. So, some of the multiple choice answers for this question is A, more than 200 million. B, 2 million orphans. Or C, 5 million orphans.
There we go.
Comment your answers below right now.
Yeah, we appreciate if you can comment your answers. Okay, let's test out how good your general knowledge is.
Exactly. So, moving on from that, Aiman, can I ask you?
Yep.
You just recently came back from a deployment trip overseas, am I
Yes,
right?
Alhamdulillah.
Would you care sharing?
Okay, Alhamdulillah. So I just came back from Yemen. Okay, it was just last Monday. We were there for about 1 week. Okay, me, Mr. Bashir, and as well two of my other colleagues. Okay, so Alhamdulillah, we were in Yemen distributing aid. Okay, distributing aid from you guys. So technically, we were delivering your amanah.
Wow.
Okay, your amanah, your donations, your contributions. So what did we do over there? So Alhamdulillah, we managed to give out food aid packs, hygiene kits, did a school feeding, had a bread factory distribution. You know, we had some water tankers, water wells, and also some other malnourishment, we visited some malnourished kids over there. All right, so as we know in Yemen, okay, there was conflict.
Right.
Okay, there was conflict since 2014. Okay, and that conflict happened because of some internal war between them.
Yeah.
And it actually had the impact, it left an impact of a lot of people dying. Okay, and a lot of people became internally displaced. Like most of the Yemeni people actually had to come to Ma'rib. Okay, this state called Ma'rib. Okay, and this state of Ma'rib, it's not a huge state. But when a lot of people starts to come in Ma'rib, they were like, you know, short on resources. You know, they were very short on some stuffs.
Right.
So because of the war also, okay, a lot of children lost their parents, lost their fathers especially. Okay, and there were more orphans in Yemen.
Due to the war,
Okay, due to the war. And I actually, subhanAllah, I actually seen it with my eyes that, you know, the orphans, they are not only orphans, but they are also very, very malnourished. Okay? Like I learned about malnourishment, like there's severely acute malnourishment and also moderately acute malnourishment, and they diagnose the kid, the child, whether he is SAM or MEM through measurements.
Right.
Okay, and then some of them I could really
See,
there were no meat at all.
Muscles
It was
and-
just bones. Okay, and why is that? It's because of malnourishment. Because they are not getting enough waters. They are not getting enough food, and it's also because of the mothers not getting enough food.
themselves, yeah.
Yeah, so it's a whole cycle, you know. So to stop that cycle, we gotta start from the top. Is it? So that's why we are giving a lot of aid to the people of Yemen, and we are not only helping like only single mothers, and we are helping most of the people in Yemen, all types of people.
Right.
And the situation there was quite how do you say
It's a tragedy.
Tragedy.
Yeah.
You know, they were living in places with no toilets.
Oh.
Yeah, and
Share
then
more about
it was a very bad situation. They had no doors. They had no proper blankets.
It's
and
just
stuff.
tents.
It's just tents.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, so subhanAllah, I was happy that I was delivering aid to them because of you guys also, and because of your contributions, your donations, alhamdulillah. So this is what your aid and your contributions can actually do for the people around the world.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. So, mashallah, thank you so much, man,
You're
Aiman,
welcome,
for sharing your experiences with us.
Mhm.
It sounds like we should all do our best to help these children
Definitely.
all over the world,
Definitely.
globally. And this leads me to the answer for our trivia question earlier, if you remember,
Yeah.
right? So,
Correct. So
how
how
many orphans are in the world right now? So, the answer is, and this will surprise you, a whopping more than 200 million children around the world
More than 200
have been
million.
left orphaned by diseases, war, conflict, and natural disasters. Aiman,
Yep.
would you believe it? That's a
Yes,
lot.
exactly.
That's a huge number of children who are in need of
Yes.
your help. So, if you would like to help us in our cause to make life better for them, scan the QR code or visit the link below to donate from the comfort of your home. A little goes a long way, right?
Yeah,
As they would
definitely.
always say.
And
So,
sorry,
sorry, Aiman,
okay, let me
please.
just add that you guys can donate just by scanning the QR code. Okay, and you can visit our website. All right, the QR code is on the
Yep,
right
it's
hand
just
side. I
below
think
us.
left for you guys.
Yeah.
All right, and there's a website as well. You can check out our website to know more about more of our projects.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, during we have more exciting projects. If you guys want to support us, do support us because we are not you're not only helping yourself, but you're also helping the people around the world.
Exactly. All right. So sorry. Okay. Okay. So thank you, Aiman, again for
No
sharing.
problem.
I hope we all
I'm so glad. Yeah.
gain an amazing insight to what the people around the world are going through every day. So everyone, we'll be right back after this short break. So do stay with us, and we'll see you in a bit again.
Don't go anywhere.
All right, welcome back everyone to Month of Mercy. So earlier on, thank you so much, Aiman, for
No,
sharing
it's
with
my
us
pleasure.
just how your donations to emergency appeals, no matter how small, have impacted the life of thousands of children and people around the world. So now moving on, we are on to our next and final panelist for the night. And actually one of the most important people in this whole orphan program, right? So our long-term orphan sponsors and also dedicated members of our fundraising team.
Yeah.
Hello, hello.
All right. So we have here with us Naziha and also Aisha.
Hello.
Hi.
Welcome,
Okay.
welcome.
And Alhamdulillah, they have been sponsoring 2 orphans for the past 2 years. Is that true?
Yes.
Alhamdulillah. All right. And also, Naziha has just also returned from a mission trip from Sri Lanka,
Mhm.
and where she got to meet other sponsored orphans as well. And okay, so Naziha, can you tell us a little bit about how your orphans sponsorship journey has been, and maybe you can tell us more about the kid and the orphan that you're
Yeah.
sponsoring and all, you know?
So, assalamualaikum everyone. Thank you so much, Adam and Aiman. It's
Hey, welcome.
lovely to see you guys back.
Yes, it is.
So, thank you so much for the introduction. So, yeah, as Aiman mentioned, Alhamdulillah, I've been able to sponsor 2 orphans with my, actually, I'm not doing this alone. I'm actually sponsoring my friend.
Oh.
Yeah, so how it started initially was I've seen personally the work and the projects that we've been doing globally. So I kind of share everything that we've been doing at Global Sun with my friends, my family, and some of them were really keen to come on board with me as a sponsor. So Alhamdulillah, I managed to get one friend on board.
Wow, nice.
Yeah, then I guess it's all about sharing what we're doing,
Yeah.
getting awareness to our community, and you might never know who you will inspire or who you will motivate to join in your projects. So Alhamdulillah, it's been 2 years. So just now Encik Bashir actually mentioned how when you start sponsoring an orphan, the first thing you get is a welcome pack. And in that welcome pack, actually, you will get the orphan profile. So the orphan profile actually consists of a photo of your orphan, their basic details, their names, where they're staying at, and some of the basic information like your favorite hobbies, sports. So you kind of get to know more about the orphan that you're sponsoring. So Encik Bashir mentioned like it's actually like taking care of your own child. So it's important to think that they're actually nearer to you than you would imagine. So my two orphans are currently they're in Gaza.
Oh,
So
mashallah.
yeah, just before the live stream, I actually look back at the progress report, the one that Haji mentioned.
Okay.
So after each year, we will get a progress report.
Mm.
So when I look back at the videos and the report, it actually made me emotional again. So I think Cik Bashir didn't mention it, but the report that we get, we actually we got a new photo of how they look like.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so for my orphans, you can actually to me they look healthier. They look like they were glowing. So I guess alhamdulillah, I'm just thankful that they look healthy and they're prospering in everything that they do. And also they even send a recitation of them reciting a surah.
Oh, mashallah.
So I think that's really heartwarming to see the progress of their memorization. And my favorite part of the report actually is they have a segment that said letters to my donor. So the orphan actually he drew a small painting and he wrote there, "Thanks for caring for me."
Oh, that's a
Yeah,
really
so
sweet.
so that actually I think that was what made me the most emotional. So sometimes when you sponsor, after that it became a automatic deduction. So sometimes I kind of forget. Oh, actually I'm sponsoring this orphan. So at the end of the year, I see this, and it reminds me of how much it actually means to the kids. So I think for anyone out there who is actually considering to sponsor, it's actually a very simple donation. It's even an automatic deduction, so you don't have to worry about anything at all. And you're just gaining rewards
Yeah.
from caring for an orphan.
Yeah.
So I
Basically,
think
it's like you are helping. You are in a way their glimpse of hope. You know.
yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So $80 might not be that much to us, but to them it really means the world. So that's my sponsorship journey so far. So just now you mentioned I just came back from Sri Lanka.
Yeah.
So alhamdulillah, I was blessed to be able to travel to Sri Lanka with some of our team and our participants. So it's a typical CIP program where we distribute food aid, we refurbish the schools, and one of the highlights of the trip was actually our picnic with orphans. So I think Aisha and all of us actually experienced it before when during our CIP trips. So no matter what country you go, no matter Aceh, Sri Lanka, it's always special to meet our sponsor orphans. So during the picnic, we spent a full day, almost a full day with our orphans. So in Sri Lanka, they don't really speak our language. So they speak in Tamil. Their English is quite basic. And they kept asking us, "What's your name? What's your name?" And they tried their best to remember our names. And they were just so happy to see us. Like, I think for us, it's just a day. Initially, it's just like, it's just a picnic day. But to them, they prepared everything. They prepared a welcome speech. They did a recitation of the Quran for us. And they encouraged us to play games with them. So it's really a symbol of like how small our presence might feel, but how big it left an impact on the kids.
Yeah. So like, for example, like Naziha, you've been saying that you are sponsoring your orphan in Gaza, and I don't think you are able to
Visit.
meet.
Yeah.
But as what the Prophet ﷺ says, if you sponsor an orphan, you are
Close.
this close to me, okay,
Exactly.
in paradise, and you may not meet your orphan in this life, but inshallah,
In the
as what
future.
promised by the Prophet ﷺ.
I mean, inshallah.
Inshallah.
That's I think all the orphan donors
Yeah.
hopes to meet their sponsor.
And it's a
orphans.
promise. It's a promise by the Prophet.
Inshallah.
So you guys have already, there's a guarantee. There's a guarantee here of entering paradise and being close with the Prophet, which is to sponsor an orphan.
Yeah, that's right.
So lastly, other than the picnic orphans, one highlight I think for both of us in Aceh and in Sri Lanka was our orphan visits. So more than just playing games with them, we actually got to spend a day where we visit our orphans at home.
Oh,
So
nice.
their homes there are entirely different from Singapore. I think in Aceh and in Sri Lanka it's quite similar.
Yes.
It's the rural villages, so it's very poor conditions. They're using like scrap and raw materials for their houses. And one orphan that left an impact on me was this orphan, which we found out he wasn't even sponsored by us yet.
Oh, okay.
So he's currently in a wait list, or the Sri Lanka team told us that he's actually pending sponsorship. So that was actually the first time that I'm hearing pending sponsorship, because all along I met orphans that are sponsored by us. So when we went to the house, it was one of the poorest conditions in Sri Lanka. So when we talked to the mom, she was crying. She was saying how we wanted to send food aid. So she was saying how important that was to her family, and she was actually asking for more support. So like what Encik Bashir mentioned, there's 200 million orphans around the world. So I'm really inviting everyone out there who's watching to come along with us and actually sponsor an orphan today. And if you can't sponsor an orphan, you can just make a small donation to the link that we have tonight, and it really makes a difference in their lives. Yeah, so that was my experience in Sri Lanka. How about you in Aceh, Aisha?
Thank you, Naziha, for your sharing and your stories. So mine is last year for the Korban trip. So if you guys don't know, that we have 700 orphans sponsored in Indonesia, Aceh, and it's taken care by our Global Ihsan Relief Indonesia team, and they have orphan mentors to take care of them. So one orphan mentor is in charge of one cluster and monitoring the progress of 20 to 25 orphans under their care. So last year when we went for the Korban trip, we have the chance to meet about 15 orphans. So I was truly humbled by the experience and to see their living conditions and hearing their stories. So their resilience in facing their life challenges is reminded me of a saying that Allah gives the hardest battle to their strongest soldier. So one of them would be Nailatul Askia and her mother. We visited her house, and it was very small. It only has one living room and a kitchen. Do not have a toilet. They have to share the toilet with the neighbors, which is outside of their house. And the house is so small that it only fit one bed. The living room only fit one bed that they both shared, and their kitchen barely have any working appliances. So the mother who need to work odd jobs, which is just washing dishes for the neighbors or wash their clothes, sew their clothes, and it is still not enough. It's insufficient to take care of Nalatul's education fee and the high cost of the rent. So, but because of your sponsorship, they managed to take care of Naitu's education fee, and her mom can focus on the earnings for their monthly expenses and working on their financial situation. So actually, the impact of your support of $80 a month and $960 for the whole year goes beyond just education. It provides Nala tools and the mother with hope and a brighter future. So don't forget to donate through the link that we provided.
Sure.
Yeah.
Inshallah. Right. So thank you so much, Naziha and Aisha, for the amazing insight. So thank you for sharing with us. And
Definitely.
for the last segment later on, we'll be answering some questions that we received from you guys.
Yep.
So to the audience at home, if you want to ask any burning questions, you can do so in the comments below, and our team will stand by to reply to you very, very promptly. So stay tuned. Thank you again, ladies, for sharing.
Thank you so much.
We'll be back soon in a bit. See you.
Hi, welcome back to our month of mercy
Welcome
live
back
talk
all.
show. All right. Okay, so Alhamdulillah, we have had some sharing session from Mr. Bashir, from Aisha, Naziha, and myself, and Adam.
Yep.
Okay, can you like let me know or tell us more, a little more about how can we or how Global Islam Relief has been raising funds for orphans and single mother families.
All right, sure, Aiman. So we've been advocating very, very strongly for the care of single mothers and orphans, even here in our own backyard in Singapore,
Definitely.
right? So because even when we visit these homes on the weekend, the mothers are always out working, and it's very sad that they do not get to spend much time, quality time with their children and families. So it really takes a toll on both the well-being of the mother and child, right? So you might even ask yourself, why do families in Singapore need help? But as you know, the cost of living in Singapore has increased significantly over the last few years, right?
Definitely.
So if you would like to donate, we do have a QR code. You can just scan the
Just
QR
right
code on
there.
your screen
Alright,
right
there you
now.
go.
Yes, it's over here. Yes, it's just
yeah.
right under my finger.
Yeah.
So your donation will go a long way, not only helping the people around the world, but also those in our own backyard.
Yeah, definitely. And if you donate as little as $10, you'll be helping single mothers and orphan families, even in Singapore,
Yes,
because
exactly.
they need help. Okay, they need help for, like, for example, help through essential groceries, and also supporting their education.
Exactly.
Okay, and you are actually able to give the children of Singapore, the children of Singapore, a brighter future, inshallah, by donating.
Inshallah.
And also, don't forget that every single cent you're donating for the orphans, okay, will be benefiting you as well. Remember the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ, that whoever supports an orphan will be this close, and he points his finger like this, with me in paradise. So you are already guaranteed, okay, you are already guaranteed a spot in heaven, inshallah, if you sponsor an orphan. Inshallah.
Inshallah. So thank you so much, Aiman, for sharing that.
Okay.
So I think we'll be going to answer some questions that we have received.
Let's go.
Yeah, from the audiences. So apparently, shall we see the first question?
Okay, let's go.
All right. So most of it is very based on our orphan sponsorships projects. So the first one goes, how long does the orphan sponsorship last? All right. So to answer that question, your sponsorship lasts as long as you want it to. All right. It can be 1 month, 2 months, 2 years.
Yes.
It depends on how much you want to sponsor to the orphans that are in need. So we recommend mostly a long-term relationship, at least 2 years for non-Hafiz and 5 to 6 years for Hafiz, to ensure the child or the orphan themselves receives continuous support till they are independent at 18 years old. So it's as long as you want, Aiman.
Yes, definitely.
The longer the better.
The longer the better, definitely.
Until they reach 18 years old.
Definitely.
Yes. So what's the second question, Aiman?
All right, the second question I've received is, how long does the sponsorship last? Is that true?
Oh no, that's the one I just answered.
Okay.
Is this one?
Okay, so the next question is, can I make a one-time donation? Can you? All right, so you can actually make a one-time donation via the Global Orphan Care webpage in order to contribute to the General Orphan Fund. Okay, as you can see, there's a thingy moving right now, okay, on the
Oh yeah, hello.
Okay, so you can just click on that link, or you can just visit the website. Okay, the website is just right there, www.global-asan-relief.org/global orphan care. All right, you can donate. You can make a one-time donation through this website. Okay, but just let me inform you guys that you will not be assigned to an orphan. Hence no orphan profile will be sent, because it's a one-time donation.
Exactly.
But if you do a sponsor and a monthly sponsorship, all right, you will be receiving an orphan profile. Okay, but that's only if you do it monthly.
Right, and not one time, right? Yes, exactly. But there's a lot of channel, right? You can donate, of course. So just head down to our website, Global Orphan Care, and just to read more about it. So the last question that you can pick, right, for now is also based on our orphan projects, is that, this is very interesting. How can I, the sponsor, make occasional extra donations, such as birthday gifts or for further studies? So this is much more personal, beyond the project itself.
That's true.
So for those of you who are interested in sponsoring our orphans more than a month, maybe up to a year.
Yep.
Let's say if you wish to give them a birthday present, something that they have never received before, all extra donations are always welcome. So to make a donation, you can always simply email us at info@global-asan-relief.org, and our orphan officers will gladly advise. Yeah, so you can of course do more than just
Definitely.
donating, right? You can even
Definitely.
send birthday gifts, as per se.
Definitely.
Yep. So other than that, yes. So for now, Alhamdulillah, that's it for the show tonight. So thank you so much for joining us. And we hope that you have found our Month of Mercy live stream inspiring and very insightful.
Definitely.
So, of course, beyond this show itself, please do continue to support our Care for Orphans projects and also other projects that we are doing.
Yeah, that's right. We have still hundreds and hundreds of orphans.
Millions, in fact.
Millions, actually. Yeah, millions of orphans that still need sponsoring.
Exactly.
Okay, and you guys can do it, okay, easily just by scanning our QR code. Can we have can we have our QR code
Hello,
coming
Mr.
up?
QR code.
All right, it's coming
There
up.
we
There
go.
we go.
Yes.
Okay, just scan. You don't even have to get out from your house.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't need to even get out from your seat. You just scan the QR code. All right, and you will be able to give the orphan the life that they deserve.
Exactly.
All right, and you can actually make a difference this Rabiul Awal and leaving a lasting legacy
Exactly.
on our orphans, inshallah.
Yep. So, do you know, Aiman, that there's also another way our audiences tonight can support orphan families and widows?
What is that?
One of it is you know what it is, right? What's going to happen this
All right,
weekend?
I don't need my papers for this one. Okay, I don't need my papers for this one. Okay, inshallah, this Saturday and Sunday, we'll be having our very first charity concert show. I cannot wait for it. And the charity concert show is being called Cahaya Iman.
Mm-hmm.
So who's going to be performing?
Who?
It's going to be the father of the Nasheed group, the legendary Raihan.
Wow.
Raihan Iman Mutiara sesungguhnya. You know,
Ching Ai.
I don't want to sing lah.
Ching
Okay?
Ai. You
I
know
don't
the
want to
song
sing
Ching Ai?
because yes, Ching Ai. Okay. Oh my God, I cannot wait for the concert.
Exactly.
It's going to be happening on this Saturday at the Gateway Theatre Singapore. If you want to buy your concert tickets, you can just visit our website. You can just Google up Cahaya Iman Concert Singapore GR or something. Easy.
There's bound to be a link.
There's a link. You can just click and you can just see our tickets are still on sale.
Yeah.
All right. And remember, every single concert ticket will not only be for Raihan, but it will be also, you'll be helping. This ticket proceeds will be going to the orphans and the single mother families
And
as
also
well.
widows. Yes, exactly.
And the widows, yes, the widows. So inshallah, you'll be having fun.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
What else?
you'll be having fun, but you'll be also helping the orphans
Exactly.
and the widows. All right. Okay.
All right. Yes. So as you were saying before, the link is just down below if you are very, very interested to see their first full-length concert after how many years?
20 years.
20 years, mashallah.
20 years. Yeah.
I'm sure most of y'all who are watching might be or will be very interested, right?
You know,
so please visit the link.
Because
that is currently rolling
the people, my colleagues here in GR, are actually working hard for the concert.
Yep.
They can't really wait for it.
Exactly.
Okay?
Super
they can't
excited.
wait for it to happen. And also don't forget there's a charity high tea as well.
Yes. Not
with
only the
who?
concert. With Raihan. Who else?
Yes, there we go.
Wow.
And the tickets are still on sale. So do not wait any longer.
Exactly.
You know,
click on the link.
click
I mean,
on
like
the link.
follow the link below.
You know, the link below, or just GR concert Raihan. Yeah. All right.
All right. So okay. So what else? We hope to see, of course. We hope to see all of you who are watching the Raihan concert, of course, over this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So all right. So don't forget to like our Facebook page and follow us on our Instagram socials on X also for all of our latest updates and even on TikTok. Right? I believe we are very active there.
Definitely. And Adam,
Yes,
just to let our viewers know also that remember that even though you can't donate, for example, okay, you can't really donate right now, but you can actually help us by sharing. So by sharing the live.
Yes, exactly.
So that other people can see and you are able to give somebody else the chance to donate for the orphans.
Exactly.
If you can't donate right now, it's okay. You can just share it so some other people will see and they will actually scan the QR because of you.
Yep.
You will actually also get the pahala,
Blessings and
or the
rewards.
blessings.
Exactly.
Yeah, pahala. No. Blessings and rewards. Yes,
Exactly.
that's
That's a
right.
very wonderful.
If you cannot
system.
donate now, it's fine. No worries. Just help us to like and share.
Exactly.
Share as much as you can. Share as much as you can. Okay. Share into your Facebook groups, your whatever, your WhatsApp groups. Please share,
Share with
because
your
you'll
family
not only be helping us, but you'll be helping the orphans globally.
that are in need. Exactly.
Mhm.
So, without further ado, that will be all,
All
from both of
right.
us. My name is Adam,
And my name is Aiman.
and that will be all from us from Global Ihsan Relief Month of Mercy.
Assalamualaikum.
Assalamualaikum and
Good
good
night.
night.